Alright, let's dive into this UFC Fight Night card because, honestly, there are some matchups here that have me scratching my head in the best way possible. I mean, think about it. We've got a mix of rising contenders, seasoned veterans, and a few underdogs that could pull off something spectacular. Personally, I think this card is flying under the radar, but it's packed with fights that could reshape divisions. Let's break it down. First up, Mateusz Gamrot vs Quillan Salkilld in the lightweight division. On paper, Gamrot's the favorite, right? But here's the thing, Salkild's an underdog with nothing to lose, and that's dangerous in MMA. What makes this really interesting is Gamrot's style. He's a grappler with knockout power, which is rare. If Salkilld can't keep this standing, he's in trouble. But if he does, we might see an upset. In my opinion, this fight is a test of Gamrot's ability to handle pressure when he's expected to win. It's not just about the result, it's about how he gets there. Next, Diego Ferreira against Quarantillo. This one's a striker versus grappler matchup, but what many people don't realize is that both guys have evolved their games. Ferreira's boxing has improved, and Quarantillo's takedown defense is better than people give him credit for. If you take a step back and think about it, this fight could be a chess match. Personally, I'm leaning toward Ferreira, but Quarantillo's unpredictability makes this a must-watch. It's one of those fights where the narrative could flip in an instant. Now, let's talk about Darren Elkins vs Yadier del Valle in the featherweight division. Elkins is a UFC lifer, a guy who's been through wars and come out on top. But del Valle? He's a younger, hungrier fighter with a lot to prove. What this really suggests is that Elkins is the gatekeeper here. If del Valle wins, it's a statement. If Elkins wins, it's a reminder that experience still matters. A detail I find fascinating is the odds. Elkins is a massive favorite, but in MMA, anything can happen. This fight could be a passing of the torch or a reminder of why Elkins is still here. Amanda Lemos vs Alexia Thainara in the women's strawweight division. This one's intriguing. Lemos is the more established fighter, but Thainara's coming in with momentum. What makes this fight stand out is the stylistic clash. Lemos is a powerful striker, while Thainara's more well-rounded. From my perspective, this is a test of Lemos's ability to dominate in a division that's getting more competitive by the day. If Thainara pulls off the upset, it shakes things up. If Lemos wins, it's a step closer to a title shot. Either way, it's a fight with big implications. Lastly, Billy Ray Goff vs Ty Miller in the welterweight division. Honestly, this fight feels like a coin toss. Both guys are relatively new to the UFC, and they're looking to make a name for themselves. What I find really interesting here is the pressure. They're both underdogs, but one of them has to come out on top. This fight could be a breakout moment for either guy. If you think about it, these are the fights where careers are made or broken. It's raw, it's unpredictable, and that's why I love it. So, what's the bigger picture here? This card isn't just a bunch of fights, it's a snapshot of where the UFC is right now. You've got veterans trying to stay relevant, newcomers trying to make a splash, and a few fighters on the cusp of contention. This raises a deeper question: who's going to step up and make this their night? Personally, I think we're in for some surprises. Let me know in the comments which fight you're most excited for and why. Because, honestly, this card has me on the edge of my seat. Let's see what happens.